Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to discuss the current meta and why you are leaving Pokémon Unite. I feel like it hasn't been this bad in a long time, or ever really. I feel like this is the worst Pokémon Unite has been. Me personally, I've been playing the game at this season and it felt alright at the start, but over the last few weeks my games were starting to get really bad, and I was playing in an Asia server at some stage. I only know that because of all the characters on their character selection, their names, character names, and my ping went really bad. So I was starting to get put in the Asia server, and it just felt like everyone had been playing Pokemon Unite a lot less, and even just stopped playing it at all. I personally have stopped playing it over the last close to 2 weeks. I ended up playing Final Fantasy and watching a lot of Alone. It just got very stale for me. It felt like everyone had a Mewtwo Y on their team, and they were the character that was just controlling the whole flow of the game. They didn't even necessarily have to be good, just holding that button and demolishing our team and their team. It just really hasn't felt good. And we also have this little gem of information. In the last 8 weeks, the Pokemon Unite has lost 60,000 concurrent Samsung users. For Samsung users, average $1.56 ROI per customer on a 90-day period. On a rough estimate, Unite for only Samsung users has lost an average of 95,000 US dollars. So as you can see here, we were on a nice trajectory up. People were spending more money, playing the game a lot more, and then suddenly, boof, hardly anyone was playing for Samsung users. But I feel like this is through every device this has happened. It's come completely down, 60,000 lost on one gaming platform. Even Spraggles has said that he's struggling a lot playing the current meta as it is. And I feel this is true for a lot of players. For me, normally the leading up to not playing the game that I love, because I absolutely do love Pokemon Unite, but the lead up to me is I slowly stop playing as much. I go do something else, I watch a video, I find it hard to get into, and then eventually like days are gone by and I haven't really touched the game, and then time has passed, and then I feel like I stop watching the content as well, because even though you're not playing the game, you're still active in the community, you're wanting to see and get better, just watching some of the pro players to see what you can do to change your gameplay. So you're still watching the content, but it even feels like the big names, the viewership is reducing at the moment as well. I've been watching Chris's over the last couple of days, clicking on, seeing what's happening, because it was already feeling like it was happening, but I just wanted to see. And you could see his numbers dropping. They're still very good, but they've dropped a bit. And Spraggles just released his video. I had to change mine a little bit because it just gave so much more information about his viewership, his players, talking about how they're reducing their time playing the game and quitting the game entirely. Some even saying like completely uninstalled it. But it's a big problem at the moment, and I don't feel like this problem's going to go away anytime soon. It will release into the next overpowered Pokemon. I feel like we've gone through, like, Absol was heart destroying. I think that was the last time that I stopped playing, and I think that might have been for a good couple of months. Just, it felt like Absol, then Mr. Mime, then Zacian came out, and it just felt like one after another. I feel like there was a 3-day period, maybe when Zacian got nerfed, and the release of Mewtwo X, where there was like 3 days that the game felt really good, perfect. Everyone was picking lots of different Pokemon. You're having really good games. But now it feels like the same Pokemon are needing to be picked, and yeah, if you don't have one on your team, you're basically instantly lost, which is not a good feeling for a video game. I do feel like Mewtwo Y is the big problem at the moment, but it has highlighted a bigger problem in Unite. I really think they should just add 2 bans at this stage per team, 2 bans, blind bans. So at the start of the match, before you even go into the character selection screen, you pick 2 Pokemon that you want to ban. So if your 2 Pokemon, team's 2 Pokemon, and the enemy team's 2 Pokemon are the same, then you're only going to lose 2 Pokemon out of your roster. But this could be 4 Pokemon. But let's face it, the roster's big enough now to implement a change like this. But it will have the ability to stop overpowered Pokemon being played. And I feel like this is the best solution at the moment, just because it won't interfere with any times and people getting used to it. Maybe draft in the future, but we'll have to see. Let's face it, Pokemon will still want to make money, even with this ban system. They still want this revenue stream. So my idea would be to have the Pokemon playable for a week, paid with gems, but so it doesn't go into being able to be banned. You can play the Pokemon free for a week, open after paying the money, and then another week with just coins. So when they release it into coins, people can play for another week before it's able to be banned with coins. And then after that, the Pokemon will be banned. So you'll have 2 weeks of having to deal with a Pokemon, not like, 3 months in Zacian's case. And I don't even know what we're up to now with Mewtwo. Is it 2 months? It feels so long. Yeah. Then that means 2 weeks you'll have to deal with this Pokemon. You're not going to quit over 2 weeks. You're going to still be watching, enjoying the game, playing it, watching other people play this new Pokemon. And then eventually, yep, it's overpowered, it's banned, and then the devs can even look at nerfing it at that stage, and then they'll continue to play the Pokemon and it'll get banned less. Which, yeah, I feel like that's the perfect solution at the moment for them. I really hope it does come in, because I do want to continue playing, bettering, moving up the ladder. You know, all those nice things. So the big question I want answered from you guys is, are you going to come back to Pokemon Unite after the balance patch, or are you waiting for something more like this, bans or a draft mode? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys and yeah, get more of a feeling of what's happening with Pokemon at the moment, because it does feel like the player base retention has dropped off massively, and even people quitting the game entirely. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Did you notice the background change? Leave a 1 down below so I can see if anyone noticed it halfway through the video. Background change. Right, cheers, bye.